I wonder how this live stream will sound at the end of it. I'm using a new microphone, a new sound, so that should be exciting. I don't know if I've ever used it for live streams. Maybe I have. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Otherwise, I probably would have known. Okay, so just checking a couple of things when you jump on. Put in the chat something so that I may know if you've jumped on or not. Just a recommendation. Today I just wanted to quickly talk about Venus retrograde. I have talked about it before. It's in Capricorn, direct in that sign up until the 19th of December. That was the day that I discovered Darman, and I did a stream Jupiter and Pisces where I mispronounced the name. I pronounced it Ron Man. Excuse me. No, it's Darman. So that's when I discovered those films. Venus, Conjunct Pluto, real deep love, relationships, authenticity, all that. But Venus began its retrograde on the 19th of December, and the 29th of this month, it will turn direct again, and it will remain in Capricorn, traveling through that sign directly up until the beginning of March of this year. So 2 months down the line. So when Venus is in retrograde, it gives us the opportunity to look back over whatever planet is retrograde. So looking back over our love, finances, relationships, and looking back over that and analyzing, what needs to change. What can I do to better this? What's going fine? How do I feel about this now? How can I alter? So this is a great opportunity for reflection and just evolution and again, change in lives, whatever planet is, retrograde. If it's Mercury retrograde, it's about our thinking habits, thinking patterns, what we're thinking, how we're communicating, doing this and that. So it all depends on the planet. And then the sign. How good are we? How much quality are we putting into our values? What is really going to work for us in the long term? What's really going to work for us? What, how are we going to achieve excellence? How are we going to really, lead our relationships, take initiative in our relationships, really, not being overly dependent upon the other person. So Venus, love, relationships, values in Capricorn is, how good are we? How serious? How ambitious? How focused are we? So yeah. So that is that. And then Mercury moving retrograde. They're ever so famous. They're not anything to fear. It gives us a good opportunity with Mercury retrogrades to go back over. Mercury, by the way, will be going retrograde January 14th. Then it will be moving out of retrograde maybe around beginning of February. So So, yeah, so the key words, um, values, money, relationships, beauty, love, all the finances, the finances. All I'm going to say about that. Those are the key things to look at. So, so Capricorn represents the mountain goat. The mountain goat plods one step at a time up the mountain. It is persistent. It is focused and committed and does not forget why I'm here, why I'm doing this. Does it with integrity. It does it with, really putting your mind and heart on a serious place and, really, really doing what it is that you are here to do and making a difference. We're all here to make a difference in some way. And that's, can be what, we all have a, purpose, a reason for being here, um, life lessons as well. And, that does take hard work, dedication, loyalty, but we can get there. And, if we keep going up that mountain and reaching the top, that's the whole thing of Capricorn. So, Capricorn is about let's make it physical. What are we actually doing that can get accomplished? Not being an armchair astronaut, just sitting upon something that you want to do. Do it. Do it. Wants results out of that. So, relates to love, relationships, beauty, harmony, balance, because Venus rules Taurus, which is relating to the senses, and it's very artistic as well. But Venus in Libra relates to relationship harmony and balance, harmony. So, this could also look at how you relate to others. Looking at this thing while I'm doing this. So, and how we're really, giving to others, how we're experiencing the aspects related to Venus, such as harmony, beauty, love, all those things. So then Jupiter is good fortune. It's luck. It's, the planet that's huge and full of gas and just wants life to be a party. So, yeah, and wherever this Venus retrograde falls in your chart, it really, really looks at the area of your life. So if it's your fourth house, maybe relating to family, and with Venus, how committed you are to your family, how, what am I bringing to looking at the relationship of your family. So, so it would not be the best time to go start new relationships, make more money and, anything related to Venus. Just reflecting on that. It's going to bring things out. So, yeah. So it's a time to reflect. It's time to look at all of these things. So, with this, Venus retrogrades occur, or Venus retrograde seasons occur every 18 months. So, from May the 13th to June 26th of the year that shall not be named, just like someone else that shall not, never mind, in the sign of Gemini. That was the last one. So, really looking at our communication and relationships as well with that. So, also looking at the ruling planet that whenever Venus is in retrograde. So Venus is in Capricorn, ruled by planet Saturn, the Lord of Capricorn, which is, are you giving up? Are you still focused? Do you have, the discipline to keep going? The discipline to do this, do that, to keep plodding up that mountain. So, Saturn also looks at, very, very serious things. It can be a challenge. Saturn can be a challenge. It looks at restrictions, looks at boundaries, whereas Jupiter is so, happy, joyous and free, and, life is a ball of cherries. Saturn having a lot of positive traits, don't get me wrong, it really, really leads us towards excellence. But with that comes a challenge. And with Jupiter comes overindulgence and needing to, get grounded with that. So, planets have positives and negatives to them. So, that's what Saturn looks at. Looks at commitment. How committed are we? So, looking at finances and relationship to others. So, some important dates. December 25 was the Venus conjunct Pluto. When Venus conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, it's really about just really transforming relationships for the better. And Pluto is really about the deeper, darker aspects of life. Venus being relationships and Capricorn being, like pulling all those things up and really healing, really, really looking deeply at our relationships, for what they really are, not skimming on the surface, so that we can change and transform. So then December 28th, 29th, Venus and Mercury in Capricorn pair up in Capricorn, looking at, our communication in relationships. I would think that would be the way that would be. And then, really speaking about your feelings, talking about how you feel, what you think of this, and being honest and having really connecting, opening up, sharing your It doesn't have to be anything like, I feel this way, this needs to change, this is going wrong, but just in general, opening up and more of a line of communication with your loved ones. So, Venus sextile Neptune in Pisces is loving, really having a dream, having an imagination, and Venus in Capricorn loving to work and manifest things, have an ambition to turn the dream of Pisces and the feelings of Pisces and put that into Capricorn, where it can really, really, make it matter with the earthiness that Capricorn has and can give. Excuse me. So, Capricorn's worst trait is they complain. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that. I have to go to work. I have to go through the motions of life. Changing your mindset from going through the motions of life, because it does not sound at all convincing, inspiring, uplifting, motivating. No. Then, January 8th, Sun and Venus pairing up, really giving, how we giving our all when it comes to this, getting out into the world. Sun is fire, Sun is, getting out there, Venus is relationships, money, your values, really, really getting out there and changing that and focused on your values. So, then, with this, especially if you are a Capricorn Sun, this is really, really going to affect you. Again, not the time to act, to really reflect. And so, retrogrades can be, they can make people a little uneasy, like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? What's going on? But this is how things work, and instead of things being negative, what opportunity is this giving us? So, this is saying we need to look at this. We need to look back over this, change this for the better. So it's interesting when Venus is in Capricorn. Venus in Capricorn loves, really has an appreciation for aesthetic, an appreciation for something that's so well done, that so much work and time and care is put into it, because it's really, really about excellence and quality. It really, really looks at the quality, really the best that someone can put into something, and being steadfast about it as well. So it's a wonderful grounding time. So January is the first month of the year. New goals, setting new goals. Sun is in Capricorn, which is really all about goals and ambitions, as I said. So, Capricorn is all about how we are putting ourselves out into the world, how we're making a difference. How do people want to see us? So Capricorn and Aquarius really, really doing something unconventional, really having the discipline, focus, ambition, with the grounded sort of steps to apply and being an innovator, moving us into the new age with all the things that Capricorn can offer. So, new moon in Capricorn, really all about reflection, making new goals. So, that goes on. Mercury with Venus is communication and relationships. Looking at that as well. So, and Uranus and Taurus. Uranus, change maker. And there's being a shift. Taurus, if you think about Taurus, it rules just the present moment, what's going on, what we hold, important in our comfort zone, and Uranus breaks that our comfort zone of values are being shifted. So, now we can really integrate all of this when Venus turns direct in Capricorn. So that's what I really, really wanted to say about this. Thank you for tuning in.